I'm Erin Riley, the Senior Staff Scientist for the James River Association, and we're here at Rockets Landing, which is one of our water quality sampling sites, to talk about how to do water quality testing for the James River Watch program. So the first thing I like to do when I get to a site is take a site photo. The site photo is meant to capture sort of what's going on at the site at the time. If there's a lot of people in the water, if you have a crew team on the water, if there's boaters, fishermen, things like that. So ideally that would be the first thing that you would do. The next thing that you would do is you are going to go into your trusty kit and take out your thermometer. So this is your thermometer. It's a digital instant read thermometer, and it has just a few buttons. All you have to do is click the on button, take it out of its protective case, and let it settle out. You want to make sure that it's stable for about a count of 5, and if you can, try to find a place of shade to take it in. If there isn't any shade, you can sort of turn around and use your shadow as the shade. After we take the air temperature, we're going to take the water temperature with the same thermometer. So again, you're going to just use this, put it down into the water, and then wait until it settles for about a count of 5. Next, we'll take out our conductivity meter, hit this on-off button to turn it on, and then once it's turned on, do the same thing where you're going to put it into the water and wait until it settles for a beat of 5. On this, it'll also have the temperature, but you don't need to wait for the temperature to settle, just wait for the conductivity to settle. If your site is a location where you can't easily reach into the water, you can also take your temperature and conductivity readings using your turbidity bottle. So what you would do is, as soon as you take your turbidity sample, you'll just put in the conductivity meter and wait for it to adjust. This is not our preferred way of doing it, but we understand that at some sites it's the only way to do it. So, for example, I'm going to use this turbidity sample and just stick it in, and you see up here the numbers are changing, and that will give you your conductivity. So you just want to wait until that stabilizes, and then at the bottom here you also see your temperature. And once it stabilizes, you can record that on your data sheet. The next thing that you want to do is put on your gloves, because now we're going to actually take some water samples.
Yeah.
So your kit should have everything that you need inside, but some days you may need to check it before you head out. So in your kit, you should have a large bottle like this that has a plastic wrap on the top. That's how you know that this is your bacteria bottle. If you're at one of the upriver stations, your bacteria bottle is going to be a small bottle with a white cap. You also have one of these bottles, which is a turbidity bottle. So these will have the name of your site written on it, and we reuse these multiple times in a row. These bacteria bottles only get used once. In order to take your bacteria sample, you're going to click in to your sample pole. All right, so once your bacteria sample bottle is clipped in, you can take off the top and store it someplace safe. Make sure you don't touch the inside of the top or the inside of the bottle once the top is off. I like to keep this in my tackle box so I know where it is. For the bacteria sample, we're only going to sample one time. So what you're going to do is you're going to face upriver, reach out your pole. You want to make sure that you're capturing the average conditions of the river. If there's a little bit of gunk in the water or anything like that, you don't want to aim for that. You want to try to go away from that. So reach out, fill your bottle, put the top right back on. You can release your bottle and then just go ahead and put this into your coolers so it stays cold while you do the rest of your testing. The next thing that you're going to do is take your turbidity sample. we reuse these bottles each week. So instead of just doing one sample, what we have to do is rinse them out. And we want to rinse them out with the river water that we're testing. So what we do is we follow the rule of 3. That means we're going to take a sample, dump it downriver, take a sample, dump it downriver, take a sample, dump it downriver, and then keep the 4th sample. So take and dump 3 times and then keep the 4th. So this clips in the same way. You're just going to take off your top, clip it in, and be gentle with these clips because if you go too far, you can end up breaking the clip. And then we're going to do the same thing. Look, face upriver, reach out, again, avoiding if there's any areas of gunk. You want to sample into the main channel. We're going to take it one time and dump it behind us back downriver. Take a second one and then dump it downriver. 3rd time, dump it downriver, and then we're going to keep this last one. So once you've got your sample, put the top on, and this goes in your cooler as well. The last thing that we're going to do is make any site comments in the binder. For example, here we might say that there's been a crew team behind us rowing. We might also make a note of if it rained recently, or if there's anything about the water that looks unusual, like if it's really dark brown or something like that. And that's it.